Hey, it's Mr. X Irish here with another battle gameplay. Today we find ourselves at the Battle of Triest in 1805 between the forces of the French Republic and the Russian Empire. Leading the forces of the French Republic today is General Michel Ney, and leading the forces of the Russians today is General Mikhail Kutusov. I know it's been a while since my last video, but I took a little break in between these two campaigns. This is the beginning of the new format. I don't know if you read the after action report. This is the battle featuring Colonel Sebastian Royer. But this is the 1805 European campaign. I'm playing as the French. This is Triest is a region in southern Austria, right on the border between the Venice region, east of Venice, southwest of Vienna. So that's where the battle is taking place today. If you look at my army today, you can see I've already taken out some of the Russian cavalry. If you look at my army today, I have 3 units of artillery, some fusilier lines, my 200 horseman cavalry reserve. Those only come with each general that you start off with. You get a cavalry reserve of 200 horsemen, some grenadiers, and I believe 1 other unit of cavalry, but maybe not. That might be my only unit. If you look at the Russians today, they have some cavalry, they have some grenadiers, some more line infantry, musketeers, and a unit of lancers, some more line infantry, and some artillery here. I don't know which type though. 6-pound horse artillery with some more 6-pound horse artillery. So for my plan today, I have just 1 unit of artillery, and I'm bringing my other unit over as well, because they kind of have a good line of sight to shoot down this little area to the left of the force. And pretty soon I'm going to advance my right wing with their artillery coming. And hopefully they won't be able to see me too well because of the forest, and I'll eventually then, when they're about to appear from their point of view from behind the forest, I'll start advancing my left wing. And then we'll just kind of get a little closing in action, and hopefully my artillery will continue to be able to shield them, and we'll be able to drive them out of this region to hopefully begin our siege of Austria here in a bit. Wasn't really paying attention here, and I accidentally allowed a Lancer squadron to attack my artillery. But this battle, part of the horseman reserves, if you read the after action report, is Colonel Sebastian Royer. This is his first battle in a long time. His first battle for sure in the War of the Third Coalition, which I'm taking part in here against the Russians and the Austrians and the British and a couple other countries. I had to move my heavy cavalry behind this building because they were losing some men in artillery, and I just want to make sure they're safe. And there you can go see I'm advancing my right wing. Since the beginning of the campaign, the only really major thing is I captured the town of Innsbruck. You might remember that from other campaigns. It's that little region in between Bavaria, it's north of Milan, and it's just kind of a nice little region to have because you prevent anybody from sneaking through the mountains to the west of Vienna to like all some surprise attack you in Italy. So, and I have the links below if you haven't read the after action report about Colonel Sebastian Royer. He's one of 3 characters, including Private Soldat Jean-Pierre Dubois, I believe, and Major Auguste Lebu. Auguste Lebu is a former part of the aristocracy who kind of got separated from his family, is now just a major in the army for cavalry. And Jean-Pierre Dubois is a conscript who was recently drafted, I guess you might say, and is under the command of General Jean Massu in Italy. And Dubois is under the command of General Davil, who is kind of on Napoleon's right flank as of now. They're coming through the mountains right now to hopefully join, if I win this battle, General Michel Ney's army as we begin to siege Austria, and Vienna specifically, and hopefully force the Austrians to come to peace. Now it's kind of weird. We're in an Austrian region, but we're fighting the Russians. The Russians are allies with the Austrians, but nevertheless, it's going to be a big blow against the coalition if we can defeat them. My right flank continuing to advance. You see the grenadiers marching to the left of them as well. Some of my goals in this campaign is I'm not really going for, you can see my artillery recover, and I'll have about 3 cannons to help. My goals are to invade Ireland and bring about a new Irish state, and attack, wholly build up a navy, and be able to attack England, the heart of England, through from the north through Scotland, and from the south via a direct invasion just southeast of London. And eventually I'll make my way into Russia. Hopefully I'll capture all of Italy and liberate them into an Italian state that I'll be allies with, and eventually capture and have a strong navy and command the seas. And eventually I'm assuming there'll be some conflict with Prussia as well, but as of now I'm at peace with Prussia. If you read the after-action report, Colonel Sebastien Royer, he didn't really want to be in the army, but I mean, he did. He was always interested, but he joined in I believe about 1780 or somewhere around there, and he was during the Revolution. He was able to advance through the ranks. After he graduated from military school in the 1780s, he was just a second lieutenant, and over the past part of the Revolution, he luckily kind of was in the right place at the right time and was never in a royalist army when they were facing any revolutionary forces, and eventually joined or pledged his loyalty to the revolution once the king had been killed, or had been obviously jailed inside the not Versailles, but the royal house in Paris. And he advanced through the ranks in the War of the First and Coalition and became a colonel. And for a while, actually just major, I believe, but for the past about 5-8 years, he hasn't been in any battles. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been doing that. Past about 8 battles, 8 years, he hadn't really advanced except for colonel, specifically just because it was his turn to become colonel, not because of any valor in battle. And he hasn't been in any battles in a long time, so this is a kind of big thing for him, under the command of Army General Michel Ney. And hopefully I'll be able to feature some battles involving the other characters as well. But as of right now, I only have 4 armies. I have this army under Michel Ney, the army under General André Masson, and army under General Davon, and the army under Napoleon, Emperor Bonaparte, or Emperor Napoleon. And Napoleon's right now is kind of in central, or I should say eastern France, in case of any British invasion. No, near Brittany or anything like that. And if you didn't know, Sebastien Royer is from Boulogne in France. Now we'll focus for the rest of the time on the battle. Looks like they might be starting to aim my artillery. They've kind of reshifted as if they're going to face my advancing right wing head on, so I'll start to advance my left wing. If you're new to this video as well, I'm using the Lamonte de l'Empire mod 3, and I'll go ahead and post a link to that as well comments. It's a really good mod that I've been using for a long time now, and you can just download it for free on the forums, TW Center forums. Okay, their point of view. See now my right. Looks like they're firing some artillery, some 6-pounders. I really hate fighting in forests because it doesn't give you the ability to really to micromanage, because sometimes you can't see things very well. But I guess we'll just have to make do. Kind of bring General Michel Ney in between the two armies in case any morale boosts are needed. I'm hoping if I want to hurry up and advance because I don't want any grape shot to follow my troops. Luckily, as you can see, I'm kind of going up a hill, so any grape shot really won't be able to hit me. Oh, there it is, you can see. They're starting to lose some morale, so I'll go ahead and bring the general over through the forest. My kind of artillery batteries here laying down some good siege. Still have 18 men remaining from that battalion or battery, and all 36 men with the 2nd Foot artillery. You can see, especially, really hit that Grenadier battalion there, because kind of they're facing that certain angle where if they get a shot in there, they can wipe out almost an entire row of troops. Looks like that grape shot didn't have too large an effect. Lost 4 men, if anything. Still have my 3 battalions of infantry kind of just under this hill, so they can't face an artillery, but I'll go ahead and advance them now as the my main center continues to advance as well. I'm kind of having them run up here because I really want to be able to lay down fire. And this whole time, my right wing was advancing. I kind of brought my cavalry around and flanked them with their flanked their general and their grenadiers. I have to really make sure my artillery doesn't hit my cavalry. It's kind of their center with the grenadiers, General Mikhail Kutusov. Imagine facing entire battalions of French troops coming on you from the hill. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, and grenadiers are very tough soldiers, so I'm going to go ahead and have them in infantry charge their artillery, to get rid of their artillery.
Our general is under attack.
So we'll watch this charge. For some reason, I don't really know why all of a sudden my 5th Line Infantry Battalion retreated after losing like 80 men, but hopefully they'll come back soon. So what I'm going to do here is the 1 remaining Line Infantry Battalion, I'm going to go ahead and bring them into the forest to join my main center, just because if you have 1 single unit remaining in an area, you might as well try to merge them with another area with troops to make them stronger instead of having multiple weak spots. But hopefully they will return to battle. But I was able to stop their artillery, so that's the main thing. My cavalry has caused some of their troops to retreat already. Looks like they're grenadiers. Some heavy volley fire going on here. Grenadiers still holding tough. I was able to have them retreat, and they did their job. They got their artillery and got out of there. Only lost. They didn't lose 100 men. I'll have them go ahead and join this kind of corps of infantry now. That'll be my main center. My cavalry reserve still with 100 men, kind of harassing their rear as they are kind of scattered about. Killed their general, or wounded them. Mikhail Kutusov, the esteemed Russian military leader. Looks like all they have left is a unit of grenadiers, a couple units of musketeers. Formed a square here to prevent me from doing a cavalry charge. I was able to fire some grape shot on them, so luckily that was able to force them to retreat. All that's left in my rear are my artillery batteries. Kind of reorganizing now my major corps here of infantry, and they'll advance here in a bit. And here comes my returning light infantry battalion. I'm just gonna move my artillery up here in a little bit to be right on top of this hill in case they're needed. I'll have my 5th of line to attack their grenadiers. Hopefully in time, maybe I can get a cavalry charge of them to help out. Volley fire going on over here. See my cavalry reserve still with 80 horsemen attacking their musketeers. They're forming a square, but that small square won't be of much use. They're already retreating, as you can see. So I'll have them just hit the 3rd Grenadier Battalion of the Russians from their rear. Now advancing my corps, my main center of infantry. Charging their grenadiers, my cavalry. All that really remains is this unit of Russian grenadiers now. The Pavlovsky's Grenadierskis. And Ney. Looks like they kind of... I might have accidentally charged my line of infantry because I might have still had them in set in, but they're retreating, unfortunately, for whatever reason. Now they're retreating as well. All remains is these Russian troops right here. And they're retreating as well, so that should bring into the battle. And it will, so that is a victory for the French under General Michel Ney at the Battle of Triest in the year 1805. We had about the same amount of troops. I only suffered 600 losses, and he suffered over 1,300 with only about 300 remaining. Look at unit stats here and kills. Looks like Michel Ney's cavalry corps had the most kills with 297 kills, so they are the battle unit of the day. And that is the battalion, that horseman unit that included Colonel Sebastian Roya. So hopefully that will be bring upbeat for him in the campaign of the 3rd Coalition. So other than that, this is Mr. X Irish. Thanks for watching. I'll have another video out soon.